Welcome to the shooting show. This week we're with pigeon shooting guru Geoff Garrod in Essex using the Browning A5 shotgun on a difficult pigeon shooting exercise. We're back in Essex, where Geoff Garrod is a man on a mission to prune a pigeon population that's pillaging a pea crop.
I was a little bit disheartened with the snow this morning because sometimes it don't bear well for decoying when you're trying to decoy in snow, but looking at those pigeons up there, they're obviously keen to come on here because there's quite a few pigeons on here. So I think the sun's going to get up enough so that's going to melt it. So we won't have too long decoying in the snow. But it looks encouraging actually. I'm quite pleased, quite encouraged to see what we're seeing. There's pigeons sort of like floating about all over the field here. So well, I think we'll nip along there and I think we'll just set up, as I said, just on that corner.
Yeah. There's no more time for introductions. It's time to crack on and deploy the decoys in Geoff's time-honoured pattern. The next job is to set up the hide. Geoff and son Justin are up to any challenge, but snow in the middle of March wasn't on the script. It'll take all the fieldcraft they can muster to ensure they don't stand out and pull a few birds in.
Those nets normally would be sufficient because everything will be green and brown behind us. We put some fir boughs up, but it's like a white screen at the back there. We'll be like puppets, so we just got to put another net up and hopefully that'll darken up a bit more. And just got to be very sort of careful how we move in there when pigeons are coming. There's still a lot of pigeons out there. They're still feeding on the field, look. Right, stick it down there. 2 or 3 and put along the front here. Put some out there, some along the front here, and I'll put some out here. All right. Yep. You can put them out whichever way you want. I'll use a couple of sticks up the front.
Yep. I put
And?
Ones with the ones that look like it's landed at the front.
Yeah.
The deeks are out and there's just time to grab the Browning A5 and stoke it up with Ely VIPs.
Right, well that's the hide sorted out, mate, and that's the decoys. I'm trying out this new A5 Browning Auto. It's different with this one to normal ones. It's recoil operated rather than gas. It's a sort of gun that should suit me because they say that it doesn't need as much cleaning as the gas operated. But the real test is just to come.
The setup is complete, and while we wait for the snow to clear, there's time for Geoff to chat about his equipment.
We're shooting Ely VIP cartridges. I've got 32 grams 5-shot fibre. First one in. Got the decoys out, we've got the hide set, gun loaded. All we need now is a pigeon to come in.
Geoff is clearly anxious, and although it takes a while, the pigeons eventually make an appearance. But the weather has made them cautious, and the sport is a bit hit and miss. There is still snow on the ground around Geoff's position, and at the other end of the field, it's much more patchy and attractive to the birds. Geoff stays vigilant, and after another long wait, his patience is rewarded.
First shot, first kill, can't be bad. I like the gun. Normally I shoot quite a few off this farm, but I think because of the cold weather and the snow that we've been having, they haven't fully left the rape. They've still been in the rape mode, so they're still feeding on the rape as a real good backup service. And especially when you get flurries of snow like we had last night, you know, it's just completely covered the field up again. I mean, peas probably out of all the drill crop is probably one of the favourites. Just this snow has got to melt. I think that's what's doing it. Because there's a lot of traffic on here at the moment. We just can't, you know, they're just going by us as if we're not here. You know, and there's movement in the deeks. There's there's flappers.
There's one pigeon down, but countless more still further out on the peas. It's time for round 2.
I do like this gun.
The snow is finally melting around Geoff's position, and that means we're in for a treat as more of our feathered friends gain the confidence to come into Geoff's pattern.
Oh man, I've got one coming in.
How's that for some exciting shooting? But without warning, it's all quiet again on the pigeon front, with the woodies staying tantalisingly out of range. Geoff elects to take matters into his own hands.
Hey! Woo!
That should do the trick.
How frustrating pigeon shooting can be. Now you wouldn't think there's pigeons decoying in here left, right and centre now.
With Geoff's bit of fun over, it's back to watching and waiting. These crop raiders clearly need to be taught a lesson, and Geoff and his Browning are just the team for the job.
Here he comes, James. Let's see him swinging in.
Geoff is getting some proper sport now, but for every pigeon that goes down there seems to be 3 more to replace it. That's the life of a gamekeeper. Once more the pigeons could do with something to rile them up. That shot gets them off the ground, and with any luck that will get them coming into the deeks and kicking off another round of sporting action. This woodie comes right in on cue.
Don't want them coming in, to be honest with you. Not yet.
Finally, the flock gets the idea and takes off across the field en masse. It's not long before they're heading out for the next county, but there's still time to pick off a few stragglers.
Shoot at some that comes in.
A memorable shot puts one more pigeon in the bag, then it's time to collect the fallen and head back to base.
Right, well that's it for the day. We've just packed up, counted 91 pigeons in the bag. It seems like we've had a good day, but it was very, very hard this morning with the snow. I've never been one too keen on trying to decoy in the snow, and this morning proved it. Pigeons were very hard to decoy. I kept moving the patterns round, trying this, I changed the hide around, and eventually as the snow melted and this afternoon it was like a different day. Pretty reasonable day, I'm happy with it. Could have been a bit more, but there. As for the A5 Browning, all I've got to say is I'm just mightily impressed with it. First time I've ever shot it. It felt so sweet, smooth to use, easy to load, and it was just one of those guns that you can just pick up, point it, shoot it, swing it, everything felt comfortable. And I had some good shots with it today. We fired 150 Ely VIPs, no jams, no nothing, just absolutely smooth as anything. So really am, impressed with the gun. For a lightweight, all-round gun, it's a good package.
The new Browning Auto there showing its worth. And now, the Shooting Show news.
This is the Shooting Show news. British skeet shot Amber Hill has won the ISSF World Cup at her first attempt. Aged just 15, Amber made the most of the new ISSF formats, breaking 15 out of 16 clays in both the semi-final and the final to storm to gold. Amber only started shooting Olympic skeet last year, but this win firmly establishes her as an international contender and a medal hope for Rio 2016. Full report soon in Clay Shooting magazine. Farmers face a new threat from animal rights campaigners: prank calls. The NFU reported that farmers in Gloucestershire and Somerset received calls claiming to be from DEFRA, asking for details about the badger cull areas. DEFRA said the calls were a hoax and it would not be contacting farmers about the cull. Full story in the next issue of Sporting Rifle. BASC hopes to safeguard the future of hare shooting in England by publishing new guidelines for effective brown hare management. Admitting hares' ability to cause serious damage to crops, the Code of Practice says control should be carried out in January and February, sets out safety guidelines for hare shoots, and says proper provision for retrieving shot hares is essential. BASC's head of gamekeeping, Glyn Evans, said, "Everyone wants to see a thriving hare population, but in areas where conservation and conditions favour hares, they can become a threat." Read the full guidelines at basc.org.uk. Airguns could be licensed in Scotland as soon as the summer, according to the Scottish Government. A consultation on new airgun legislation closed on the 15th of March, and the government said it would publish all the responses on its website before producing an analysis report this summer. It then said it would look to introduce legislation at the earliest opportunity. Keep up with the latest developments in Airgun Shooter magazine. And finally, Scottish shooters rejoiced as the newly established haggis shooting season got underway today. Locally common and especially abundant around the opening of the Forth, the haggis is an elusive creature that can be shot with a minimum calibre of .22-250. Leading scientist Olaf Pirlo told us that increasing haggis populations meant they could now be added to the UK game card.
Well, haggis thrive in colder, wetter conditions. So the recent wet summers and of course the harsh winters have caused a population increase by up to 80%. That, combined with conservation efforts, means there is now a shootable surplus each year, of course starting in April when the haggis breeding season ends. Although it is a recognised threat to buckfast crops in local areas, haggis is still an iconic animal of Scotland, and due care must be taken when stalking it. All haggis should be shot ethically by trained stalkers with suitable equipment.
That was the Shooting Show news.
That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. We're out every Monday, 7:30 p.m. UK time. This is The Shooting Show.